Hello students, educators, and families. My name is Lindsay Holmes and you are tuned into School Matters. In this video, I will share with you 5 ways you can support or help a student who is struggling in reading or just help students read in general. And you can help us by clicking the like, subscribe, and notification bell down below so we can expand the reach of our teach. Let's learn. Number 1 is to find a book to read with your student. Build a relationship around reading. Set aside sacred time every day, every week, whatever works for your family to read with your student, to make the reading experience something that is not isolating but more communal, and that we do this as a family, not just like you on your own, you have to read by yourself. That may work sometimes. Some students are just like, I want my me time to read and decompress. This is my time. But for other students, particularly students struggling in reading, it may be helpful to make this a more community experience. Number 2, don't stop at reading with your child. Ask your child or student questions about what they're reading. You can ask them questions to simply recall the information that they read so they can practice restating the events and the plot of the story and things that they learned about the characters or information in the text. And you can ask them more interpretive questions. For example, what do you think this happening in the story means to the larger plot, or what is the author trying to tell us? It doesn't have to sound so scholastic like they're in class, but really engaging in conversation with your student. Why do you think the character did this particular thing? To hear how they are analyzing and experiencing the story as it relates to their life. Number 3, you don't want to just stop at reading with your student or asking your student questions. You want to challenge their reasoning. Push your students and say, well, why do you think that? Where do you get that from? Asking them to recall evidence that's in the text to support their answer and building their analytical skills. That's essentially what students do in literature and ELA class when they read text. They understand it, they interpret it, they analyze it, and they use evidence to support their answers. Number 4, don't make reading a punishment. Using reading as a punishment reinforces the idea that reading is laborious, negative, and something to be assuaged. Instead, rethink directives and instructions to read to reward good deeds and reading with more reading. For example, if you finish your chores, we can go to the park and read. Or, yes, we can bake the cake, but it's your responsibility to deliver to us the instructions and also to give us the history of this dish. It can sound something like, if you finish this book, we'll go to the bookstore and get 2 more books of your choosing. And finally, number 5 is to expose your student to more genres of literature, whether that is fantasy, poetry, nonfiction, what have you. The breadth of literature is wide. Use your students' interest in the world around them to open doors for informational text. Instead of watching TV after dinner or during dinner, maybe read a play script from a murder mystery. Also, your students' experiences in school may interest them in coming-of-age novels. Please tell me what you think about these tips and tricks in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. On that note, school's out. See you next video.